How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we have my latest branded Despia Locals deck profile, but first we have a giveaway. I'll be giving away this beautiful Blazing Cartesia playmat. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below your thoughts on the metagame in today's deck profile. Let's get into it. If you want 5% off any single or sealed product, head over to tier0games.com and use code GALZO5 at checkout. So as mentioned, you can actually win this beautiful playmat. As always, after each locals, I give you an update on the deck profile itself. It's not entirely different, but there are some interesting points that came up throughout the tournaments. I did go 4-1, finished second place, unfortunately. Short recap of my matchups. 2-0 against Flandreese, then I lost to Dinos. It was like a weird going second build. He won the die roll, let me go second. Then we ended up going to game 3, where I managed to gimmick puppet without using branded fusion and end up on a Dragoon as well. And I still lost. I did not have enough damage. I didn't have a way to recur the Aluber back to the field to search. And it was just like 1500 damage short, and he ended up pulling, drawing the Kaiju for the Dragoon, Dark Hole, then just OTK'd me, unfortunate. Then it was 2-0 against Branded, 2-0 against Runic Life Twin Sprite, and then 2-1 against Salamangrate at the last round. I really enjoyed the deck. I think it's still doing really well on a local regional level. Obviously, latest YCSs have not been good, and we are going to do a video about what's happening to Branded right now, but let's dive into the deck profile. Of course, if you haven't liked the video and subscribe, you can definitely do that right about now. And of course, comment so you can join the giveaway of this beautiful playmat. We're playing 3 Aluber. This is again one of my Allure build, so I am playing the Fallen Valbaz at 3. Tumor Courier, which I really like because this ends up getting you to the best cards in your deck. The Albion, the Cartesia, the Kit, and Albaz itself if you are in a pinch. So I do really like this at 2 with the Allure. Same goes for Tragedy. Helps you recur more cards. This is not a bad draw with Fusion Deployment, because then you can go Fusion Deployment, fuse with the Cartesia, search for the Aluber, normal summon, start your combo while you're already ahead, so it's great. 1 Ad Libitum, 1 Cartesia. Again, I've never missed a second one. I'm playing 3 Fusion Deployments here. I never felt like I need another one. I think it's fine for me at 1. Albion is huge. Kit, I go on and off with Kit. Sometimes I play it, sometimes I don't. This time with the Allure, it's a dark. It's good for the dark count, and it helps you recur the stuff that you need. So Kit is the reason why you can really go hard in the grind game, because you can recur, you know, the Branded in red, the Retribution, everything that you have in the graveyard, or of course search from the deck. If they pop your Branded Loss with like a Runic Destruction, this is why Kit is there, and it's also a free special summon if you sequence it correctly, so I did enjoy her. And then Serenir and the Bestial Lubellion. One thing about Lubellion, because I know a lot of people say to me that it's hard for them in terms of like budget reasons to get themselves a Lubellion at this point. The thing that I will say now, I only played Branded Lost as a target for Lubellion. I think starting from the next tournament, at least until the end of the format, which is not like a month away from here, I am planning to bring back Branded Beast because of Grave of the Super Ancient Organism. It's going to be in a lot of people's decks. I already saw it this tournament, but managed to win despite seeing it. So consider that when you're looking at this list, that I am bringing back Branded Beast, I think. Then I'm playing 1 Dark Magician, because Dragoon is just insane. And then 3 Radiant, the multidimensional Kaiju. Again, really good to have a Kaiju. Just like, you know, get their best monster off the board. I did that against Flandreese. Just like go over the Empen. They don't really have anything to stop you from then on. You know, against Salad as well. Take out their Salad monster. And of course, if you are in a pinch and you're going first, this is great as an Allure of Darkness target. This is why it's so good going first, as well, because you don't brick on it, because you can draw using it and you don't need it, like, you know, as an actual Kaiju. 3 opening, 3 fusion, 3 deployment, just so good, the deployment engine. I did consider playing the Aqua Dolphin. The guy I was playing the mirror match against did play Aqua Dolphin, which was funny because I did not have Ash or anything that he could actually rip, so we ended up taking 500 damage and losing. But Deployment is just like an insane card. I really, really love opening it in my hand. Again, 3 Allure, just to get to those extra interruptions. Dig for a Called by the Grave, dig for a Kaiju, dig for Super Poly, stuff like that. And Super Poly comes in really useful when you're in a locals / a little bit less competitive format. Like you're not at a YCS, you're at a regional or a locals. This hits Trap Tricks, this hits Salad, this hits Dragons, this hits... I guess the Salad player, he ended up with like 3 sets, 5 cards in hand, Heat Soul, and Balinks. And the Balinks was there so he can activate his Salad spells and traps. And, you know, just draw phase, Super Poly, make Garura. No interruptions, Garura attacks for 3,000. It was game like from there. And I really love Super Poly. I just love it because it's so good against everything. Every single deck loses to it, even Flunderies. And I would like to know a deck in the comments that doesn't lose to Super Poly. Then I was also playing 1 Called By, 1 Galdsark, and Foolish. I really like this package, it's really solid. Boosts consistency. Foolish is really huge, but Galdsark as well gets you exactly what you are missing with Mercurier. Then Branded in White, which actually came in super clutch. I was also like, it's similar to Kit, sometimes I include it, sometimes I don't. This time I included an extra deck card that I wanted to use this for, but specifically this came in clutch to get me to the Gimmick Puppet Lock without Branded Fusion. So this is essentially a poly. If you have a Bestial in hand, it's basically good from there. So it did come in really clutch and I enjoyed it, and I love this card obviously. Branded Lost, Branded in Red, and Branded Retribution. Next, this is an even 40 main deck. I don't see a reason why not to include Branded Beast. Like now with Super Ancient Organism, you know, it's basically Mystic Mine against Branded, so you might want to consider playing that if you are playing Lubellion. 2 Albion, 2 Mirror Jade. This is the new edition that I entered like last minute, Albalanidus. It's really good because I replaced the Despia and Proskinion with the Queritus, so there is a neat interaction where you can zero out all of your opponent's monsters, then make Albalanidus with like a lot of materials and attack their entire board. Just like, you know, this attacks 3 times, it's already 750, and you know, you go on from there. This also searches for fusion deployment because it searches for a fusion normal spell. So yeah, this is why I included it. Then we have Rindbrom, which did come in clutch in the mirror, but again, didn't summon it. It's a little bit underwhelming, I think, at this point, unless it's like exactly when you're going up against Castria. Lubellion, Queritus, Granguignol, undoubtedly the best card in the deck. I'm not gonna, like, I say this every time, but best card in the deck. Dragoon, it's like the ability to burn for damage is so big, and this card is really good again, you know, against Castria and Runic, which are the top 2 decks. This card is invincible. So you play that, Dragostapelia, Chimera, Masquerade, and then the 2 targets. You can see that we have the room. I'm not really missing anything. Like if something gets banished here off of Castria, it's absolutely fine because you can continue and do other stuff. You don't really need 2 Dragoon or 2 Lubellion. Like Lubellion, maybe I would play 2 if you're going to a big tournament, but you know, again, depends on how many Castria you're seeing. Book of Moon was, again, last minute, like I had the flex spot. Maybe this should be Book of Eclipse, because Book of Eclipse can actually get ashed. So if you don't know that, the effect of Book of Eclipse says that you draw cards based on the monster's flip face up. So if you Book of Eclipse your opponent, they can ash you to protect their board, then your Branded Fusion goes through. So it's a consideration to play specifically Eclipse because you can ash it. But Book of Moon was like fine. I used it like I think once, flipping the M-Pen or something like that. 3 Evenly, which is a really good and important equalizer right now in the format. And again, I did want as many removal as possible, as much removal as possible. Maybe this might be mainable if you're going up against Super Ancient Organism. You have to play the outs to it. So again, these these do it. Otherwise, your main deck doesn't really do it. But again, I did play the Runic deck, played it against me game 2, and since they just don't have a battle phase, I played for time, like protecting my field each and every time, getting Masquerade, you know, playing my turns, trying to find a way out, but eventually you force them to use the Runic spells as much as possible. Like if you put up a Masquerade, they have to do it. If you put up a Quiritus, they have to do it because they have no way of outing it, so they have to use the spells, and each time they do, they skip a battle phase. So you continue the game, and if you're already good on life points and you know they use starter and stuff, that's the strategy against that. But it doesn't always work. Like last regional, I lost to it. Again, I could, like, specifically against the Runic Life Twin, you stall enough until you see this combination. This is what happened. I took up like a 9-card board, like with these two, just because you have turns. You don't have to scoop immediately because they don't have a battle phase. So you wait it out and just make sure that you can resolve this, clear the board, continue. I did this. They left the Super Ancient Organism and just sat on it. Then Gimmick Puppet Nightmare Expulsion. I mean, this could be in the main. I don't want to play it in the main just because it's like unfun and I'm going to locals, and you know, I can do this game 3 if it ends up going to game 3. I will never do it game 1 or 2 probably, unless I lost game 1, which didn't happen like now. And then Banishment, which did come in clutch. I wanted to include it because I know, like, again, it hurts a lot of decks, and it's good against the mirror, and it's really good like to recur things like Dragoon, for example. The Dino guy that eventually won the game against me was my only loss yesterday. He ended up going for like Dark, summon back my Dragoon, and like went for game, and it's pretty devastating. So, you know, Banishment could play into that. Overall, 4 wins, 1 loss against Dinos, which was like, you know, what can he do? It didn't have enough push for a game. Kaiju, Darkhold, TK, understandable. Everything else was like pretty smooth, pretty breezy. Deck is fine. Again, I am going to do in the upcoming days a video on the state of Branded because it's not been looking great in the YCSs, so I really want to discuss it and have a lot of things to say. And again, don't forget the amazing giveaway that we have. You can have this Cartesia playmat sent right to your doorstep, so just like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment below what do you think about the current metagame and this deck profile, of course, and you might have a chance to win this. Thank you so much for watching this. I did hope you enjoyed it. No live today because we are in the holiday season, whether it's Passover, Ramadan, Easter, whatever you are celebrating or participating in. Have a good one, and I will see you in the live stream next week and another video tomorrow. See you in the next one. Peace.